Sure. Ayo. Ayo. You're saying something? Did you say something? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So how are things?
Good.
What did Basabji cover last time?
We did that, the verses, no, of, actually we did the same, that castes, colors, and
Yeah, he repeated actually the ones you had already done.
Okay.
but this Panchikarna, can you, I know it's not a long thing, but can you just explain in short again little bit?
We'll go through that. Yeah. Sure. Okay, we'll start. We'll start with Atmabodha chanting, right? Prakasmarami hridi samspuradaatmatattvam Satchit sukham paramaham sagatim turiyam Yat swapna jagara shushuptamaveti nityam Tat brahma nishkalamaham nacha bhuta sangaha. We chant from verse 11 to 15. शरीरं सुखदुःखानां औदार्यतनमुच्यते बुद्धिः दशेन्द्रियसमन्वितम् अपञ्चीकृतभूतोऽहम् Ushmangam Bhogasadhanam Nagyamidyanirvachya Karenopadiruchyate Upangritriyadanyam Atmanamavadharayet Deta Tattanmaya iva sthitah Shuddhatmaniravastradi Yogena sphatiko yatha. Right. So, do you have that picture of Panchikarana with you?
Yeah, in the book it is there.
It's there now. Okay. So the idea of Panchikarana is given to show how the elements are formed. So everything that you see is elements. Everything that is made up of is elements. There are 5 elements, right? Space, air, fire, water, earth. Entire universe is this 5 elements. You can't have something more than this. Now, this is a theory which explains how original the subtle elements of space, air, fire, earth, and water have split up to actually form the gross universe. You can go back saying that, how did this thing come about? Oh, it came about through something. What was that something? There was a subtle elements which created that. So you see what is created and you go back and kind of pose it. Now, the whoever came up with this, our great sages came up with this. There is actually no way to prove or disprove this unless you are at a state of self-realization. You really can't tap into this, right? So the theory says there are 5 elements, subtle elements. That's the top row. Now what happens? They naturally split. As long as it's there, it splits. Now it splits into one part of the main element and 4 parts of other elements. Now, one way they can explain this is if there was no split, how can fire be quenched with water? It's not possible because fire is a different element. Water is a different element. There is no way for them to interact or react. It's pure fire, let's say, pure water, nothing in common. It's like oil and water. They will not react. They will not interact. Similarly, air, pure air and fire, they cannot combine because they are totally different, like oil and water. But the fact that you can quench or you can put off a fire with water, meaning there must be some element of water in the fire.
Okay.
That is the analysis. That is the logic. So, one part of fire will have 1/8. If you divide it, 1/8. Next page it says 1/8 part of space, 1/8 part of air, 1/8 part of water, and 1/8 part of earth. So you can quench fire with earth also now. There's fire, you put mud on it, it will go.
Put sand.
Air also you can quench it. स्पेस तो इंटरेक्ट नहीं होता है किसी से, स्पेस में सब फिल होता है. That's how you explain this.
Space, what you said, doesn't interact with anything. Acha,
Yes.
that is why, but space also has 181818.
Yes, yes, it does. But you can't really see how space reacts. I tell
Space.
you, there is a, now you need to get into physics a little bit. Space is what? Emptiness, right?
Yeah.
Can you space? You can't touch space.
Mm.
Can you turn space? You can't turn space.
Mm.
According to our classical understanding, right? But again, this can be explained because according to Einstein's special relative theory, space bends.
Bends.
Yes. Gravity is an effect of space bending. Now, all that we don't need to get into, but yeah, space bends. A heavy object bends space, and hence light bends. The light that is coming from behind an object bends because the light doesn't bend, it was going straight, but
Mm.
the space is bent, the light turns.
Bend.
So now this is a proof that space also has those elements of earth in it almost. So something is there. If it's just by itself now, there shouldn't be any interaction. The fact that there is interaction, that means there is something in it.
So yeah, so it adjusts according to the other parts also. 1818 of the other parts also. The main thing.
Yeah, it reacts to that.
Yes.
Now, what they say is your gross body, your physical body, is formed by the last one. Each half combination with 4 different bits of others. Your body is made up of 5 elements, right? You know that, right?
Yes.
So you occupy some space. You eat more, you occupy more space. We eat less, we occupy less space. So we have space in us. We have definitely fire in us. There's electrical signals going through the body everywhere. Neurons, The fact that I lifted my hand, electrical signal went to my brain, and then the brain sent it back. Chalo, ऊपर करो. Within a split second भी बहुत ज़्यादा है. Electricity is there. 70% of our body is water only. Earth is there. Flesh is what? Mass is what? Earth. And what else is there? Space, air. Air is there. Lungs
Fire.
is there. Fire तो हो गया. Electricity is fire.
Space.
Space तो है. We are occupying some space.
Earth.
Earth is there. Fire is there. Air is there. We are breathing in air. That's a body. Body is made up of 5 elements.
Mm.
So Panchikarana explains how those 5 elements come. So they are called, the subtle elements are called tanmatras. Does it make sense? Now you have to take it. So this is Agami knowledge, traditional knowledge given out by self-realized souls. They have access to something which we don't, I guess.
Mm.
Okay, what else?
No, because I was reading, I just went through, so I was not understanding. I understood this is this part, but I was not getting what is it like. But it is means you've told it's for how the body, the gross body is formed with the subtle.
Mm. How the entire universe is formed. The gross universe, the tangible universe is formed by intangible elements,
Okay.
which become grossified. The process of becoming, the process of splitting and becoming grossified is called panchikarma. So pentamerous, five times, five divisions.
Penta.
So what is pure fire? I always wondered. What is pure fire? I don't know. You can't even imagine that. How is it?
So because of air, if air is not there, how can fire have any existence? I mean, like since
Depending.
all are interconnected, all have little parts of them. So actually you're right. Like when even I'm thinking, then fire किसी और के बिना कैसे उसका
हाँ,
that you know.
है ना? You
So,
need oxygen for it.
yeah, absolutely.
Like even Earth. No, I mean in physics or whatever, air ka we have H2O, water. I mean air ka we have oxygen, water ka we have H2O, fire ka we don't have anything, no? Or electricity, there must be something. I don't know.
Hmm. Fire is energy, pure energy. But they interact. So
Like in one of the Upanishads, I don't know which one, they say that it begins only with the word fire. I don't know whether it's that Kevalya Upanishad or something. Like when we used to go earlier for the lectures, that time they used to say that like fire is such an important element that one of the Upanishads starts with the word Agni or whichever Sanskrit word must be for it. That I'm not aware, sir.
Hmm.
Anyway, let's get back to our verses.
The fire is given a great importance in many religions.
Yes, yes, yes.
Hmm.
No wonder the Parsis temple is called a fire temple.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, in ours also, in Hindus also, we burn fire, diya, or we do the yagna.
Hmm. Even in
Everybody, even Catholics and all, they burn the candle.
Sindhis also
Or
do that.
then,
Lal Lohi.
Lal Lohi.
Lal Lohi
yeah,
mein करेंगे
yes,
13th,
yeah,
13th of January, no?
I think so.
या
Yeah,
मकर संक्रांति के आजू
Makar
बाजू.
Sankranti, yeah.
13th January में लाल लोई है.
Yeah, in
That's when you
January.
do fire and you dance around, no? Something like
Yes, yes. And you put all those things into the fire.
that. Hmm. Right. All at least some old thing or something you put it in the fire. What you put in the fire?
So we put that makhana and we put that other type of white color, that soft comes to Sangeeta. What's that called?
Murmura.
Yeah, something like a murmura, a little different version of it.
Wheat puff or something like that, I think it
Huh?
is. Like
Each one
popcorn type, like
popcorn.
quite
Ah,
small but.
Hmm.
And carrot we put,
Okay.
carrot also, and til ka that.
yes, till has got lot of importance for that day.
Cool. Hmm. Right. So verse 13, we will chant twice. Indriya samamritam Apanchikritabhutoyam Vishnangam Bhogasadhanam. Now what is explaining? I can't read without this. The subtle body, the instrument of experience formed from the rudimentary elements before Panchikarana, consists of, what does the subtle body consist of? 10 sense organs, 5 pranas, mind and intellect. Now, this is a little confusing. It needs explanation. You go back to that Panchikarana. The first line is 5 circles now,
Yes.
5 elements. So, subtle body is made up of that. Question. What is subtle body?
Mind and intellect.
Right. Mind and intellect. Now, also, what verse 13 says? The subtle body is the instrument of experience, meaning without the subtle body, there is no experience. Meaning without mind and intellect, there is no experience. Right? Who is experiencing what? Doesn't make any sense.
Mm.
Now, subtle body is just not the mind and intellect. It has got 17 things in it. What are the 17 things? 10 sense organs. What are the 10 sense organs? We have only 5 sense organs.
Mm.
But 5 physical organs with 5 um, organs of perception, organs of action. Right? For every organ of perception, there is an organ of action. For sight, there is eyes. Things like that. And what? That is 10. And 5 pranas. Pranas is prana, apana, samana. I'll explain that. Prana is a function in you. Function, for example, function of digestion is a prana. Prana doesn't mean breath control is also pranayama. Breath is also prana. So there are 5 pranas that I'll explain. And then the mind and intellect, total 17. Now, it's a tricky thing here because when he's saying subtle body, this is not tangible, right? Subtle is something which is not tangible. So, by definition, these 17 things that he mentioned are all subtle aspects of the gross. For example, 10 pranas means, 10 sense organs means organs of action, organs of perception, right? So when you say organ of action, hand is an organ of action. Hand becomes gross. Then how is he saying it is subtle? And before Panchikarana, that's what you have to read this. The subtle body, the instrument of experience formed from the rudimentary elements before Panchikarana. So when you talk about gross body, this is after Panchikarana. Gross body is after Panchikarana. This gross body is after Panchikarana. What he is referring to is the 17 organs which he is talking about are subtle form, not the gross form. So you have to understand. Because he's saying before Panchikarana. So there are 17 aspects of it in a subtle form which correspond to the gross form. Not all 17. Mind and intellect anyway subtle, you understand. Anything other than that You can, okay, perceptions, a perception of sight, you can understand it could be a little subtle. But eyes is gross. But he's saying no. There is an aspect of the eye which is subtle that corresponds to the gross. Now, don't ask me details. This is what he's saying. Right? For example, I'll show you an example of what it could mean.
So that means, sir, when we get operated and all for the eye, so it is that subtle thing in the gross eye, what they rectify so that grossly we can see it. I mean, I
No,
don't know.
no,
No?
no, that's what. So it is not accessible to us.
Okay.
You can see this.
It's not.
Yes, yes. Now I can see.
What he's saying is there are 5 sense organs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? 5 sense organs pass through, 5 sense objects. So for eye, there is sight, a mountain or a lake, right? That passes through the eye, goes through sense center C1. The eye, the ear, sound passes through the ear, goes through the sense center C2. Now, what he's saying is, you may see something, but you may not register it. So until and unless the mind, unless the intellect registers it, the mind doesn't perceive it.
In spite of the eye seeing it.
Isn't it? That's possible.
Yes.
Happening,
Like
yeah.
when my thoughts are elsewhere and I'm seeing something, then I still will not be able to see it. Or even while you're talking, I am not interested or my thoughts are elsewhere. So whatever you said, I'll say, sir, I did not hear or I did not understand.
Right. Correct. So the perceptions are going in, but the registration doesn't happen in the subtle body. That's possible. Similarly, this will come in next verse, but similarly, there is a subtle aspect of all these elements. All these things, 17 things. Mind and intellect, very easy to understand. Sight, the ability to see is a subtle aspect. That's what he's saying. We do not have to go detailed into this. This is not so useful practically. But theoretically, we need to understand what he's trying to say. Even if you don't understand, it's not a big deal. It will never, ever come useful in your life. In 17
Yes,
years
sir.
of
Sorry,
Vedanta,
I'm cutting you. So long back when our guru had taught us, even she had told us like that. This is just for theory's sake. I'm explaining to you all, but this is not what you need to rack your brains into.
yes, it's an unnecessary waste of time. In my
Yes.
17 years of experience, I've never come across this. Like, oh, I need to think about this. No.
Yes, yes, yes.
Right? So just go through it as it is, whatever he's saying. So that subtle body is the instrument of experience. It is made up of all these things. And then he talks about that diagram I showed you, right? So there is a subtle aspect of it. Everything has a subtle aspect of it. Sight has a subtle aspect of it. What is that subtle aspect? There is some subtle aspect of it. Now, another thing is, one more thing. There are 5 pranas. The pranas also I have to show you, sorry. There are 5 pranas, which is the pranas. First is prana, which is a faculty of perception, seeing, hearing, this all we know. Apana, you may not be familiar, is faculty of excretion. Anything that comes out of the body is apana, right? You can see urine, feces, and all those things. Something called as samana means whatever you eat must be digested. If it doesn't digest, you puke. Digestion is also very important. Vyana, digestion हो गया, कर circulation कौन करेगा? Body has to circulate as well. And then udana. Udana is a faculty of thought absorption, taking in fresh knowledge. This subject of Vedanta is for young people because they can take in fresh knowledge. But there are exceptions where even as the age passes by, you can still absorb knowledge. Usually, all these pranas slow down as age passes by. But you see exceptions for these as well, right? You see a 65-year-old guy, running a marathon. He is much healthier than a 20-year-old person, right? Usually it goes down, but I've seen in America, I've seen a 45-year-old person changing his profession from a doctor to a lawyer, and he's 45. At the age of 45, he's sitting with a 20-year-old in a community college and studying law. So his Udana faculty is good. How did it know it? But at people of his own age cannot grasp anything. I've seen an 80-year-old person doing e-learning, 83-year-old person doing e-learning, summarizing and presenting what amount of Udana she has got. So, but generally it decreases. That's what he's saying, Udana. So these are all faculties, an ability in you to do something. So there is a corresponding thing in a gross form. There is a corresponding thing in a subtle form, which created the gross form. That's it. We don't need to get into more of this. Unless you have a basic misunderstanding somewhere, then we can go into, but not necessary. Because he's saying these are formed before the Panchikarana. So it must be subtle. So these are all made up of subtle elements. The mind and intellect is made up of subtle elements. Hence, it has no effect. It has no boundaries of physical world. You see, that's the beauty of it. You can see that. The physical world is made up of 5 gross elements, right? But the mind is made up of subtle elements. So there is no restriction of space for the mind. You're here, you could be in America right now. Where? In your head. There's no restriction of space. There is no restriction of time. Why? You can go back into your past and think about what happened. So your mind is subtle, right? It has no restriction of the grossness. So that's another interesting way to look at it. It has no restrictions. Mind and intellect is very clear. The other ones, I do not know how to explain that. It is what it is. Now, questions? Any questions? Any problems? Okay. Verse 14, twice. Karanopadiruchyate Upade Kritaya Dhanyam Jnanamavadharayet. Now, he says, what does it say? Avidya. Huh? Anadi. Anadi means what?
From the begin,
It
from
has
the
no beginning.
no beginning.
From endless life.
From endlessness. That means it has no beginning. What has no beginning? Avidya. Ignorance, which is beginningless and indescribable. You cannot describe it. Anirvachya, indescribable, is called causal body. This is important. I'll explain. Causal body is important. One should understand the Atman to be other than the three conditionings, upadhis. Now, there are, where's the whiteboard? There are three bodies. Right. Gross body, our physical body. Subtle body, mind and intellect. Right. And then there's something called as causal body. Causal means something which causes, creates. What is causal body? What's causal body?
No,
Huh?
actually, cause is Karan, no?
Karan. What is Karan Sharira?
Karan Sharir, I know the meaning, at least word-wise, it is ignorance.
Okay. What else it does? What else does it mean? What is causal body?
Yeah, Karan Sharir
Was there in that
What creates a thought?
when I perceive through the senses, those create the thoughts.
No. What creates a thought? What is the chronology of action? What is chronology of action?
desire,
Action is created by created by
Action is created by the thought because I thought of it and I put it into action.
no. Action is
No,
created by desire. Desire is created by
thought,
Mind.
huh?
Mind.
mind,
What mind? What creates a thought? Huh? क्या है? Action is created by a desire. Desire is created by a thought. What creates a thought?
likes and dislikes.
Array, likes and
No,
dislikes are what different kinds of thoughts you have. I like this, I don't like this. Somebody said something.
vasanas,
Who is that? Who said that?
Sangeeta.
Why question mark there? Vasanas? Why that? Vasana. Be confident.
Correct.
Correct. Should know all this.
yeah,
You know, it speaks more about me than you, that you guys don't know the basics. This is basics. It speaks about the teacher, not the taught. Anyway.
Teacher is proper that students have not understood.
No, it's the problem with the teacher. The teacher's responsibility to make the students understand. Vasana, thought, desire, and action. This is called chronology of action. How did action arise? Action arises because what? Because I had a desire to do that. Why don't you go to a F1 Formula racing? Why didn't you do that action? Why didn't you go to Dubai to watch them? You have no desire whatsoever. You have no desire. You have a desire. You have to have a desire, right? You have to have a desire to cook. Only then you'll cook. Randomly, why will you cook? For what purpose? Many men have not even touched the gas stove in their lives. Many women have not even touched a drilling machine in their entire lives. Why? You have no desire to do it. Where does the desire come from? What is the desire? What is the desire?
Thought, the flow of thoughts.
Correct. Desire is one thought which flows again and again to any object or being. You have to keep flowing that thought, na? I want this, I want this, I want this. One thought may come, but you will not execute that on one thought. I want to go to Alibag. One thought may come, doesn't mean you will go. You have to keep planning on it. I want to go to Alibag. I want to go to Alibag. When? I want to go to Alibag next month. I want to go to Alibag next month. When? Next month, this week, second week, these days. 3 days. I want to go to Alibag. Those thoughts have to come and it becomes a desire. Flow of thought is a desire which executes into an action. Now the question is, where did the thought come from? Thought comes from something called as vasana. Vasana is fragrance in Sanskrit, literally. Fragrance. Vasana means your nature. You have some nature. Some nature manifests like that. It is interesting. It is so interesting. It is incredible. Why would somebody become a teacher? Why somebody would become a race car driver? Why somebody would become a successful HR head? Why somebody would become a painter? Why somebody would become a, you know what? Kabaddi player. Random. People do things because they have that nature in them. That is their nature. That's how their thoughts come. That's how they entertain those thoughts, become strong. That's how they act. It is interesting. So action will never come if you don't have a desire for it. Now, coming back, causal body is what now? What is causal body now?
I want to. Can I
Huh?
ask you?
Your phone is also on, I think. Switch off from the phone, Ashaji.
Yeah,
Oh, there is a network.
yeah.
Yeah. Your Zoom is
So
on.
what happens if you don't have a vasana, but there is somebody else who forces you? Then what happens to that?
You will not do if you don't have a vasana.
No,
Somebody,
but vasana can it be forced by others?
how? Somebody forces me to do drugs. I will not do drugs. I don't have a vasana for drugs. No way I'm going to do.
Like
Impossible.
sometimes a parent can force a child to do this. The child doesn't have a vasana, but
They have it because you may, so vasanas may express at a certain time given the conditions. Given the conditions. If he has it, it'll express. So some people I know, they just don't like malai. You know, malai.
Yeah.
Ugh, malai for them. No matter what form you give, mishti do hai malai. I don't know what you can give in any form. They will not. You can force them. They will reject. They will vomit. They will not have. But a person may not like milk, but he will have curd.
Hmm.
So, uh, or he may not like milk, but he will like paneer, milk in another form. So, depends on the place and time, your vasanas may exhibit. But there are some aspects in you which cannot be forced. You cannot ask an artist to do mathematics all the time. Impossible. Fail हो जाएगा वो बंदा. वो मरेगा, रोएगा, मगर नहीं कर पाएगा. उसको पेन और पेपर दे दो, कुछ ब्रिलियंट बना देगा, मगर उसको मैथमेटिक्स नहीं होगा उससे. तो वासना वासना नहीं है, कुछ कितना भी ट्राई करो आप, नहीं होगा. नहीं तो मैथमेटिशियन को, नहीं तो एक बंदे को आप पेंटिंग सिखाओ, नहीं है उसे वासना, इम्पॉसिबल, नहीं कर सकता वो पेंटिंग. कितना भी ट्रेन करो नहीं कर सकते, वो है ही नहीं उसके अंदर. राइट. नाउ व्हाट इज कॉजल बॉडी? With all the explanation, what is causal body? Think. Very simple answer. What is causal body? Hmm?
Ignorance.
No, what is ignorance? I've already written there. What nonsense. You're saying the same thing.
Oh, I
What
did
else?
not see
Another
that.
word. There's another word. Hmm? What's causal body? What's the other word for ignorance?
Avidya.
fine.
Ish. Avidya. What is another word? Avidya we know, correct. What is another word?
Can you see the mind?
Mind and intellect is already subtle body now. Where did this mind and intellect come from? Where did this come from? This one. Mind, intellect, thought. Where did it come from?
No. Your
Hmm?
vasana.
Confident. Vasana. Causal means what? What created? What is the cause? Cause for what? Cause for what?
Cause for
Cause,
the thought, desire, action.
what is the cause for subtle mind and intellect and physical body? What is the cause? What is the cause?
Vasana.
What is the cause for subtle body and gross body? Causal body. What is the cause? Vasana creates this. Your vasanas will create your mind and intellect and your physical body. So there are three names for it: causal body, subtle body, gross body.
So, sir, these vasanas are are there like from when I'm born, or it comes from the
Before you were born,
before I was
Before.
born?
comes from your previous janma.
Okay.
Hence, how do I say that?
because I've got this body today, it's because
Mm.
of the vasanas of the earlier birth.
No, 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 no,
No?
no. This body, because you have worked on this body through this lifetime. We are talking about a small baby.
Okay.
So, because you have to also accommodate your purushartha, your free will, na? You can't just say
Uh-huh.
because of my previous birth, I'm like this now at the age of 35.
No, no. I meant to say that because of my previous vasanas, I have got this human body. I
Yes,
meant to say that.
yes, yes.
Mm.
So, लास्ट जन्म में आपने क्या किया? आशा जी, what are you doing? लास्ट जन्म में आपने क्या किया? Based on that,
Mm-hmm.
आपका जन्म, इस जन्म में आपका बॉडी, माइंड, इंटेलेक्ट डिसाइड होता है. ये जन्म में आप क्या कर रहे हो? Based on that, your body, what kind of body you'll have, male, female, animal or human, what kind of mind and interest you have, what kind of a clarity of thought you have, will be decided next Janma.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's a cause and effect.
Yes, it is cause and effect. So you better be sure what you do this Janma. You
Mm.
better be careful. If you entertain negative thoughts, grina, jealousy, all those negative thoughts, you will be like that next Janma. This is the cause, that will be the effect. If you force yourself to be unselfish, think about others, you will have a different Janma. If you restrict somebody, do certain things which is not right, sorry to say, you'll be born in Taliban as a woman.
Mm-hmm.
What is happening to women in Taliban? Sad,
Mm.
sad plight. Why? Why they should suffer? Must have done something. That doesn't mean you poke a finger at them. हाँ तुमने ना किया last जन्म.
No, no, this is for our realization.
So it's our understanding कि क्या हो रहा है, क्यों हो रहा है ऐसा? Why would you be born there or in Iran where they're struggling to fight the thing? You are born in India, आराम से.
Mm.
We are all born. So that's what it is decided by your previous Janma. So that causes the subtle and the gross body. That's the causal body. So coming back, what he's saying,
But can
ignorance,
the effect be can the effect be improved?
yes. That is why we have something called as Purushartha, free will. So I may be by default self-centered, but I can choose to be unselfish from now on. And the more I choose to be unselfish, नहीं मेरे बारे में नहीं सोचना है, I want to do something better for others. The more you do it, you become unselfish. You understand the beauty of it. So you become from selfish to unselfish now. That's your choice. नहीं मुझे different लोगों को help करना है.
I remember one thing you're saying like that then when I
हाँ?
was small. I just remembered one thing came across now, one thought. When I was small, then there's nothing like giving importance to studies. It's just that we used to go to school and we did college and all. So they would ask that you want to get married, no? Like when you were small, want to get married? Obviously, like yes, yes. So then whom you want to get married to? What type of a boy you want to get married to? I would say. So they would ask, I'm giving you options. Means they would say you want a handsome boy or you don't mind a dark boy but who's wealthy. I would say I don't mind dark, but I want a wealthy boy.
That's
So
the Cindy
your
Vasi.
Yeah, like that was inside, no? Wealthy.
की बात
तो
है।
wealthy तो मिला ना,
नो आशा जी करेक्ट
पर
ना।
अभी समझ में आ रहा है कि सिर्फ wealth important नहीं है ना. I'm not talking about the looks. Looks is okay. That was anyway temporary. But even wealth, if it is there or whatever, everything is temporary. But even if it is there, wealth, but you you know कि how much important it is. You realize it's not that it's not important, but you know कि और भी कुछ जरूरी है, साथ साथ में बहुत और कुछ जरूरी है.
Of course, you ask any wealthy person, after some time, it doesn't matter to him. It's just there in the bank. He got used to it. He wants something else. Person who doesn't have wealth, obviously, will want wealth. Maybe wealth में आएगा कुछ. Wealth आने के बाद क्या है? It's just wealth. It's sitting there. It's of no value to you. So that's it. That's the nature, you know.
Good morning.
You ask any American girl, they say, I want a handsome prince. Even if he's not wealthy, he should just love me.
Yeah.
हम
Every
इंडियंस बहुत समझदार है, नहीं नहीं पैसे चाहिए. Hmm. Right, that's
सब
vasana.
अपने आप
That is vasana for sure. You know, I remember Swamiji saying one example. He was invited to a birthday party of one class member long time ago. The birthday party was his daughter's. So the daughter and Swamiji was sitting, everybody came and Swamiji was also sitting. The daughter was distributing chocolates to everybody from a bowl. सब जो भी आ रहे हैं उनको दे रही है, दे रही है. And she was having, Swamiji comes, bowl is empty. So she immediately takes the chocolate in her mouth, takes it out and gives it to Swamiji. Bowl is empty. What about me? Swamiji said. So immediately she took it out from her mouth, what she was having. She took it out from it. She didn't go out and get another one. She took it out and gave it to him. That girl is by default unselfish. By default. Where did that come from?
the vasanas somewhere deep.
You will not see kids doing that. Very few kids are like that.
Hmm.
The Jimmy Kimmel show, उसमें क्या बोलता है, इसने बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है. वो बोलता है क्रिसमस में एवरी ईयर ही डज दैट. क्रिसमस में नहीं, हॉलोवीन में ऑल दोस किड्स कलेक्ट कैंडीज, राइट? तो द when the kids sleep, next day morning they're very eager to eat the candies because they collected that hard earned candies, right? Every house they went and earned. So Jimmy Kimmel tells the parents, hide those candies and then tell them, I ate your candies. I was hungry, we ate those candies. So, and then record the reaction. You see this on YouTube, you see. It is actually very educating, very educational, sorry, very educational. You see those. Jimmy Kimmel, I stole your candies. You search for this. So many kids, every kid reacts differently. Almost most of them will say, they throw it and how can you eat? And they start crying and this and that. They shout and they hit and do whatnot, whatnot, whatnot. But there are few. They say, oh, were you hungry? Say, yeah, we were very hungry. We had to eat it. Okay, no matter. Have you at least saved one for me? No, beta, we didn't save anything. Okay, no problem. If you're happy, I'm happy. Small
Hmm.
kid, like 3-year old.
Yeah.
Incredible. I love watching those things every year. How so educational. It's like how look at the kids. Every kid is different. Where did that tendency come from? Why is that kid not reacting the same way? कि 3 years में क्या train करेंगे आप बच्चे को? 2 year में क्या train करेंगे? Okay, I understand 7-year-old, I understand. You train the kid like that. How do you understand that? So your vasanas creates your thoughts creates your desires creates your action. So write it down. Vasana, thought, desire, action, gross, subtle, causal. Body, mind, intellect. Certain basics you need to know off the hand, off the whenever somebody says tuck tuck tuck, you should tell. Okay. Anything else? So we have met after 2 weeks, right?
2
Yeah,
weeks
last
or
week.
3
3
weeks?
weeks. Is it?
Once Jahan sir did, and once last Basar did. Yeah,
So,
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
But
weeks.
even before that, you had not come, no, sir? You were online, na?
Is it?
No. He had come to
Sir had
Ashkaji's house.
come.
And not
Mm,
mom had gone.
In 2 weeks. Okay. So a lot of roller coaster rides, up and down. So let's fix this. This seems okay. 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 We will close the class with the chant. Om Purnamadam Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So Bombay lectures are coming. You all be aware of it, right? You know that, right? The lecture series are coming up. So I would appreciate everybody, trying to get somebody extra, somebody who you know through word of mouth. Send the evites to the groups that you feel they're interested. Call your friends personally and then get them to the lectures. Only the first day. Get them to one lecture. That's it. That's your duty is done. After that, that's not your concern. Get them one day. If they want to continue, that's their choice. But one day you should try. Even Millie also, I'm telling you. Millie has some friends. Just get one person or two people for one day. First day would be best because there's a lot of introduction that Sunandaji gives before getting into text. So it's very interesting. First day is the best. Get them on the first day and then see. And then that's done. Your duty is done. So do that and we'll meet next week.
Okay.
Hari
Thank you,
Om.
sir. Hari.